This Red Sea Max Nano is by far my absolute favorite, hands down. All-in-one, plug-and-play, ready-to-go reef aquarium system for new reefers or even seasoned hobbyists that just want to get a really beautiful tank that is compact, that already has the most important equipment built right into it, so you don't have to worry about whether or not the gear you're putting on your tank is going to be able to keep your fish and your corals happy and healthy. It might look simple on the outside, but that elegant exterior is successfully hiding a myriad of features. There is a ton of things I want to show you, so let's just get right into it. Now, we could certainly go over the nitty-gritty list of specs and pick apart every last tiny detail, and I'll definitely go over all those important details that you're going to want to know, but what I really want to do is talk to you about why I think this is such a great choice, especially for newer reefers that want to get into reefing with an easy-to-manage reef aquarium that looks elegant and blends nicely into a room while taking the guesswork out of setting up a saltwater aquarium. Whether you're just after a pair of clownfish and some bubble tip anemones, or a small mixed reef of all kinds of different corals and fish, Red Sea's Max Nano aquarium system is a fantastic fit and by far one of the best looking and most complete nano reef systems currently available. The tank and stand take a clean, minimalistic approach that looks phenomenal. All of the mechanical and chemical filtration your reef needs, including a protein skimmer, are built into the rear sump. You'll already have a great app-controlled light that can easily grow a wide variety of corals, and although 20 gallons is a smaller volume of water for a reef tank, it is a really manageable size that can make starting and maintaining a reef aquarium really quick and simple, and also more affordable. And I'm gonna dive deeper into all of that in just a bit. First, let me show you everything you get inside of the boxes, because there's actually two. The stand is in its own box. In the box, you'll find the Red Sea Max Nano Aquarium itself, along with a protein skimmer, a circulation pump, the Reef LED 50 lighting system that includes a mount with an integrated power management system for the protein skimmer and that circulation pump, as well as filter media that includes a couple of coarse foam sponges, a filter sock, and some carbon, as well as the complete installation and setup guide for the entire aquarium system and the user manual for that Reef LED light. And in that second box, you'll find the Red Sea Max Nano cabinet, flat packed, ready for assembly. The only thing you need to bring is your own screwdriver. Getting the tank and its components assembled is easy enough. The manual lays everything out in detail with simple diagrams to follow along with. The cabinet is also really easy to put together like any other piece of flat-packed furniture. The stand is well constructed with a very easy to clean finish. Plus, Red Sea includes little rubber plugs that go over all of the exposed peg locks so that they're protected from any humidity or splashing, which is excellent. It also has a push-to-open door with soft closing hinges and a nice wide opening in the back if you decide to hide any external equipment underneath and need to run tubing or power from inside the stand up to the filter chamber. The tank itself is beautiful. It has thick, high-clarity glass with beveled edges, pin-straight black silicone, armored inner edges on the bottom. It has a glass filtration panel, overflow with removable weir for maintenance, a ball socket-style return nozzle, a glass shroud at the top to hide the filtration elements that also drops out of the way for maintenance. It's really nice to look at, even empty, and paired with the stand is just a nice piece of furniture all on its own. But it's obviously not just the outward appearance of the tank that makes it so great. One really big reason that I love the Red Sea Max Nano is that it is a very manageable size for a new reefer. A single 5-gallon bucket is all you're gonna need for regular water changes, and if mixing up salt with RODI water at home isn't really something you wanna do, most local reefing stores these days carry 5 gallons of pre-mixed salt water, which means you don't even need to mix salt water at home if you prefer not to. A 20-gallon system like this one is also relatively inexpensive to fill up with sand, rock, fish, and corals, and it takes much less time to grow and fill in than a larger reef system would. On top of that, you don't have to struggle to figure out what gear you're going to need for your tank. Right out of the box, save for a heater, rock, sand, fish, and corals, you have just about everything ready to go for a thriving reef tank. The included pump is going to provide adequate flow through the filtration system as well as inside of the tank for a wide variety of fish and most soft corals and even some LPS. The skimmer has 2 points of tuning like most others and will provide a good skim that removes waste from the water column before it breaks down. Plus, you get a mesh filter sock to trap physical debris that is very easy to rinse out, as well as a couple coarse foam pads. There's also a rack in that back filter section for chemical media like carbon to remove any discoloration or smell from the water, and you can even add other chemical media as you see fit. The biological filtration in this and just about any reef system is largely achieved by the rock and sand that we put in the display to build our reef upon, which is why you don't see any in the rear chamber. The filtration system on the Max Nano also has a simple but effective auto top-off that holds 1.5 liters of water, and it'll make sure that the filter chamber is always running at the optimum water level regardless of evaporation. And since it's right up top, it's very easy to top up with RODI using a jug or a glass as needed, which will be roughly around every 3 days on average. And instead of having all of that equipment we just talked about hanging off the back and the sides of the tank for all to see, it is completely hidden from sight. The lighting system that Red Sea includes with the Max Nano, albeit pretty tiny, is a very capable app-controlled LED with plenty of light for a wide variety of corals, from simple softies and LPS all the way up to more light-demanding SPS and anemones. It has a wonderful looking shimmer and definitely makes coral colors pop and fluoresce. The app that the light runs on makes setting it up very easy. You choose how white or blue you'd like it to look, what time you'd like it to start, and it will automatically set up a light schedule for you with a gradual sunrise and sunset. Of course, you can also always adjust it or even create your own custom schedule through the app whenever you'd like, but not having to do that is really great for a first-time reefer. Circling back to form along with function, the light also has a very slick mounting arm that hides the power cord, and it's designed so that you can turn the fixture to the side for full access to the top of the tank for maintenance or aquascaping, which is really convenient. The only necessary piece of equipment that Red Sea leaves for you to choose is a heater, which honestly is a very easy piece of gear to pick out. For this tank, a small 75 watt to 100 watt heater will do the trick. My personal preference for this tank would be the BRS heating system that includes a heater controller and a titanium heating element, but you could even go with a 75 watt Eheim Jaeger, which is super affordable, and pick up a thermometer to make sure it is heating to the correct temperature. If and or when you're ready to get into other types of corals and start an LPS or mixed reef, adding a small affordable wave maker is going to give you the added flow that you need for those corals. Something as simple as a Seche Extreme pump or even a very compact but feature-rich Nero 3 are going to be really great options. When it comes to taking care of and maintaining the tank, Red Sea did a great job of keeping everything easy to access. For example, if you want to turn off your skimmer or your pump while you're feeding the tank and corals, both of those can be toggled on or off using the switches built into the base of the light mount, which is right at the top of the tank. Your filter sock, skimmer cup, and ATO are right up there for you as well. The overflow weir is easy as pie to remove, so you can go clean it in a sink instead of trying to do that in the tank, and you can also completely disassemble the ball socket pump outlet for periodic cleaning. All of the equipment in the back, including the skimmer and the pump, can also be easily removed for cleaning as well. Like I was touching on earlier about these tanks growing with you, they are very easily adaptable, and you can definitely add more gear and equipment if you want to. You can even upgrade the flow pump or swap out the mechanical ATO for a digital one if that's something you want to do. So you aren't cornered into the gear that the tank comes with, although for many reefers, there really isn't a need to change any of it, and you can have a stellar reef tank without modifying a single thing. I'm such a big fan of this particular Nano Reef system that I'm going to be setting up this one here, and I'm going to have some fun with it. If the Red Sea Max Nano matches your reefing mantra, like it matches mine, you can pick one up for yourself by clicking right here.